Hello Virgo, thanks for tuning in for the November 2022 Taroscope with Animal Totem. My name is vickieverlie and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. Give me the decks we're going to use today. Chrysalis Tarot for the first opening spread. Then we're going to go after with the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, 3rd edition, a small deck, my deck. And then we're going to pull a card from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards to get your animal totem for the month. If you're a level 2 Patreon supporter, there's going to be a third set of cards thrown from the Greer is the deck we're going to use this month, the one that comes in the tin. So if you're interested in any of those decks, getting any of those decks for yourself, you can check that out in the links below. Before we start, I'm talking a little bit about some astrology for everybody because there's a couple things going on. We're going to have that full moon eclipse in Taurus. That's a big event on the 8th of the month, November 8th. And the other thing is, Jupiter has been in Aries, and it's retrograding, and it's going to move back into Pisces for the first time since... It was in Pisces back in like January through May of 2020. So earlier in the year, it was in Pisces, and... it may, for many of us, it may be some kind of tie-in to what's going on. Now, let's put Virgo on the ascendant here and see what's going on. Yeah, for you, it's relationship-oriented. Now, this is kind of particular to Virgo ascendant, and I do recommend that you watch all your rising signs this month for the astrology. The card part is going to be rising sun, moon, the whole deal. But this is more geared towards Virgo rising, truly. Okay, so, but it's in your opposite sign no matter what, even if it's your sun sign or whatever. This is your partnerships. This is the other. Here's you, and the opposite sign is the other. So there's going to be an emphasis. Jupiter brings more, brings emphasis. It could be, many of you could be getting married, though. The common thing that we talk about in the 7th house is the marriage house, basically. But it could be a best friend. It could be an open enemy, even. But it could be work partnerships, a lot of different things. But it's usually our one-on-one partnership relationships. And going back into there, it's going to give you an opportunity. People, pay attention to who shows up at this time, because this is Jupiter. Well, it could give you a lot of nothing sometimes, but usually it's not a lot of nothing. Usually there's something a little more going on with it. But it could give you a lot of people. It's trying to show you. It's trying to show you who's supposed to be in your life in the 7th house. So even if somebody maybe you've not really talked to or talked much about, they may be, give them a chance. Don't be so quick to dismiss anybody as far as a partnership may be concerned during this time, because it could be important to you in the future. Here's the other thing. We've got this eclipse, and it's coming in, and it's going to hit your the 9th house here. 9th house is long distance travel. It's higher education. It's spiritual growth and development. It's expanding knowledge. And the full moon, it's a lunar eclipse. It's a full moon lunar eclipse. So therefore, it's shining a light. You more than anybody else could really be getting these big aha moments, these big downloads. You could really be cracked wide open and really just see something that's been, maybe you've been squirreling around in your monkey mind, trying to solve with your brain, because Virgos, you get that, you get caught in your brain, you're ruled by Mercury. And all of a sudden, you see it from a higher perspective. And it's like, it could be very sudden, but I feel like it illuminating. It could be highly illuminating and really a positive thing for you in the long run. Life, and it impacts our lives, and it makes us change our course often. And that's, again, going to be on the 8th there. All right, so now we're going to do the cards. It's for all Virgo energy, sun, rising, moon. Even, anybody who has a lot of Virgo in their chart could benefit from this reading. Starting out with this Chrysalis Tarot, we're going to do a Celtic cross. There's no gender in these readings, so king, knight, whoever shows up, it could be anybody. They don't have to stay with the gender that they're represented as. First card out, Knight of Stones or Pentacles, 5 of Scrolls or Swords, 6 of Stones or Pentacles at the bottom of the reading, the basis of the situation. I've got too many pens and pointers and stuff over here. I need to make myself a little room so I can see my sheet over here, because I have notes on my sheet. Next card over, Justice, maybe involved in some legal things. Over here we've got the bottom, the King of Stones or King of Pentacles. Chariot, big time, victory, triumph, storyteller, the hermit, final outcome, the raven or the magician. So yeah, real powerful stuff here, Virgo. This King of Pentacles or King of Stones, that's usually going to be you, but sometimes it could represent another person. You're both. You have the Knight and the King of Stones. So this shows growth. This shows Knight is a younger person, or, you know, I mean, just, well, I guess that he's kind of, too, he's just still a musician. I'm still a musician, but you know what I mean. It's not like he's gotten super serious as he's gotten older, but he's gotten wiser. He's got his dog there, right? But in traditional tarot, it shows as growth. Did I forget to put a card above? I think I did. Oh well. I'm not going to do it because I have to shift everything around. We'll just, it wasn't meant to be there. I'm going to take it as that. Or did I set the card on the bottom of it? No, I didn't do that. Okay, but so there's a Knight of Spirals too, a Knight of Swords, and so here's somebody, here's you, and here's somebody who seems to be kind of on the same level. You're both Knights, an air sign, you're Earth, which can be touch and go, but really, I could see you being compatible or communicative with air signs. I don't see that so far out of the realm of, oh, Virgos don't get along with air signs. I don't think that at all. I think you have a lot in common with them being ruled by Mercury. But if you look at the stance and the position of these two guys, you know, one's looking this way and you're looking this way. And it is crossed by the Five of Scrolls, which is the Five of Swords, which is that stalemate, which is that we're not going to, we see things differently. So there could be a parting of ways, or maybe it's already occurred, you know, because of differences of opinion. He wants to go there, you want to go. And if you look at this too, a lot of times I'll use this as the past and this is the future. So they might be stuck in the past and you're wanting to move forward in the future and evolve into the King. Justice is here. So justice has been done. If there's some kind of like disagreement here, or it's a karmic relationship, it could be ending. Like, you know, well, we had our go of it, and now we're moving on to our separate ways. We're going in a different direction. Some of you, it could be actual legal things. It could be actual legal things involving money, that you may be getting paid some kind of money, and it looks like there could be even an attorney or somebody over here. The storyteller, they call it the storyteller. So for some of you, I just heard you'll have your day in court. Some of you are going to have your day in court, and you'll get to tell your side of the story or your side of the situation. Some of you may be really at odds with this person and going to court with them. Divorce, even, some stuff like that. But what I get is that this person has stifled your growth. If you want to grow into the King, if you want to take things to the next level, if you want to keep evolving, then this is something, maybe not, I'm not one to say you throw people out, but whatever they're involved in, you just aren't, you're past that. You're past that, you're moving on to the next thing. The final outcome, and it looks like there's some money coming too, you could get rewarded some money, but the final outcome is the Magician. So the Magician stands alone. It's not really represented that well in this card. They got the bugs, what are they picking off and eating? There's white things, what are they at? I couldn't even tell you what it's supposed to be. Some little buttons, white things, they're eating them though, or doing something with them. Maybe it's just baubles. Ravens going, you know, they steal shiny things. Maybe it's just baubles and they're bringing it back to their tree there. But the Magician is the sole practitioner. The Magician goes forward on their own. And it's not to say that you'd be on your own forever. You know, it's a transitional time. We're in eclipse season. But you may be walking away from some people. You know, it's not like, I don't feel it's so much like the people. Like, oh, you're such a jerk, or you're so this, or you're so that. It's just like, you know, this doesn't interest me anymore. It just doesn't, I don't want to be involved in it. It doesn't interest me. I have higher aims. That's what the guides came through with. All right, let's get a shuffle going here, and we're going to do this part. Now, you are Earth. You showed up twice already in this spread. You got the Knight of Stones and the King of Stones. But it's going to be Pentacles. So you're going to be Knight, King, Queen of Pentacles. Whoever shows up first, that's going to be the card that represents you, and then we're going to look at the cards surrounding that, your significator. It's called Six of Stones twice, Six of Pentacles. Pages, I don't count pages for this part, only the adults. There's a Magician again. So again, we're looking for the Pentacle people. Here you are. You're showing up as the Queen of Pentacle. With the Queen of Swords. Wasn't it the swords in the last one too? Spirals? Is that swords? No, spirals is rods. If I said it was swords by accident, I think I did because I was talking about Mercury. I'm sorry, but that's the message. I mean, it shows up here too. So it's not wrong. What I said is not wrong, but the person that I was describing is wrong as far as signs go. He's actually fire. He or she is fire energy, the first one. Leo, Aries, Sag, but they're coming through with major air energy anyway around here for you. So there's 2 air signs. So that whole spiel about the mental and the air and all that stuff, it's true too. Still true. And look what else showed up again. Justice. So some of you are going to be going through some kind of legal thing. And, you know, there's some sort of offer being made. Maybe somebody's making a financial offer. They're saying it's the world. They're saying you should accept the offer if it's made. And it's because it's going to allow you to just put the past behind here. You've got this, a completion of a karmic cycle and the death card. Then you can just put it in the rear view. You're done with that. You can move on to the next thing, the new thing. Ace of Cups and Ace of Pentacles. I like when those two show together because that's talking about, yeah, it's new money, but that doesn't always... New money sometimes means more work, more burden, especially Virgo. I was just talking about this, I think, in the Capricorn reading. You know, people like to pile, because you're so conscientious and because you're so hardworking, people like to just pile work on, you know. So it's not just the money, it's the enjoyment of it. You know, it's something that you really enjoy doing, that you're fulfilled by, that maybe you even have... something that maybe you've even done in past lives, coming around again here. And I said coming around again here. I heard in my head, she'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be riding 6 white horses when she comes. Yeah, I know, that's an old-timey song, but maybe it means something to somebody out there. You're going to be interacting with these air signs. Now, in this spread, it's a little different if you notice, too. This might be the air sign energy that's out. Because these two look like they're really facing each other. They're really collaborating. This could even be, though, maybe even your attorney if you're involved in some legal things. You know, they may be... but I don't feel a negative vibe or separate. They're not separating. They're looking right at each other. You know, and you do have this Ace of Cups here. So striking up a good, maybe a romantic relationship will spring forth from it, or maybe just a good friendship. You know, something along those lines. But the Ace of Cups is coming out of this. It's not just about whatever we're doing here, which appears to be some kind of maybe signing contracts or involved in a legal thing, something having to do with money. The word vast really stood out to me, so that could be, let that happen, by the way. If you see any words moving around or something grabs your attention, pay attention to that. That's the universe talking to you, and they're trying to give you a message that pertains just to you. And then I see crease here, too. I already forgot what the word was that I saw the first one, because I went into that. He was like, oh, vast. Yeah, vast. So vast is a great word. That means it could be huge, vast. Vast could even be in the name of the company or in the name of the attorney or their office or the contract. You know, maybe vast is has, you know, particular meaning to somebody out there somewhere. And what else did I see? Crease. Well, crease to me is like you put a crease, you know, you fold it really good, it leaves a crease. That's what I think of when I see crease. But maybe it means something else to somebody else. And again, it could be a name. It could be crease. Maybe it's somebody's name it's their last name, or it sounds something like that, you know. But that did stand out to me. Okay, let's go ahead and get over here for our animal totem card. I'm going to shuffle up. And while I am, I want to real quickly mention again, the year ahead reading are available. I've been already doing a ton of them. People are ordering. Every year it's my busy season. This seems to be the favorite reading for everybody. A lot of people order it every year. It's a breakdown of the year ahead for you personally, starting with the astrology, which there's a lot of it. There's going to be a lot of stuff changing around for the astrology coming up in 2023. We look at that as it applies to you. And then we do a 4-season card spread, and then we do an animal totem, just like I'm doing here. So, you know, always, again, the most popular available for limited time. If you want to get in on it, check it out. It'll be in the video description, or just, you can find everything by just visiting my website, vickieverlie.com. But what's our animal totem for our Virgo friends for the month of November? The rabbit. You're going to be busy. You're going to be producing a lot. You're going to be busy. You know, you could definitely be in a new, some of you in a new relationship, and there could be a lot of sex going on. When the rabbit shows up, you know, there's a lot of sex going on sometimes. Sensitive, artistic, clever, nimble, outsmarting adversaries by staying one step ahead, taking colossal leaps and sprinting into the future. Well, I like that. Yeah, you're walking through, a lot of times the world can be like a portal that you're walking through. It's a doorway, it's a portal. You know, this colossal leaps and sprinting into the future. You know, I'm vibing on that the strongest for anything as far as what was said on that. Also because you had the Knight and the King, this is you leaping into the future. You are... you know, and then also when I see this justice and all this, and then the outsmarting adversaries, because we did talk about some adversary stuff going on here. So, you know, stay on it, Virgo. I mean, that's, I don't know if I have to even tell you that. Virgos are always on top of everything. You know, you guys are on the ball. You know, you pay attention. You cover the fine details. You'll be fine. All right, before we go, real quick, I want to tell everybody, early November, it's either going to be the 4th or the 11th, but, you know, I'll make an announcement, like on Facebook, too, if you want to check it out there. My new single, Christmas song, is coming out. It's actually a very old song. I actually wrote it back in the 80s. But I've changed the key, I've slowed it down, I've done a lot of... I've always wanted to re-record it. I did a recording of it way back when, and I had no control over it, and, you know, it was okay, but... I always wanted to redo it, and I changed the key and slowed it down, and I like it a lot better this way. So I'm going to put it back out for the holiday season. Check it out, and add it to some playlists on Spotify and whatnot. I always appreciate it. Second thing, I want to quick shout out to the guys from Level Up Cleveland. This is a musician-run talk show in my own hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. And I recently went on there and talked, because people ask me often, what's this rock and roll prophetess? Tell me more about that. So if you want to hear about my days in the bands, and even they talk quite a bit about my parents' bar, you know, check that out. It's called Level Up Cleveland on YouTube, and as of today, I'm the most recent interview, but they add new ones every week, of course. I was talking really fast, but I was hooked on finding caffeine and stuff, so, but it's still it was a good interview and a really fun time, so do check it out. Yeah, so everybody's going through changes now in this month. We've got these eclipses. We're in tumultuous times. You know, we are in tumultuous times. I mean, there's going to be an election in the United States, too, so it's just like, holy moly. Holy moly, Andy. But, you know, stay true to your course. Keep that magician going. I do feel this is a new relationship that's going to be friendly. That's an ally to you, or a partner in a positive, most positive way, whatever that means to you. If it's romantic, maybe. If it's just for friendship or business contact, then it could be that. You know, it's going to be different for everyone. Somebody you haven't seen in 20 years, let's just grab me. Somebody you haven't seen in 20 years could be showing up here for you guys, for somebody out there. All right, so this is the reading. We're going to do Patreon next. There's going to be some more cards from the Patreon people coming up next. You can get in on that too. Anybody's welcome. You just join Patreon. And, you know, by doing all these things, by liking, sharing, subscribing, which is down here in the bottom right, costs you nothing, and it does really, really help me a lot, and I do appreciate all of those who do, and writing in the comments and everything. And with the holiday season coming up, I have, if you go to my website, I have notebooks, really cool notebooks with my art on them, and t-shirts and different things. If you're doing your holiday shopping, why not consider not only me, but some of the other independent creators out there, you know, purchasing gifts from independent creators, because then we're not just feeding the corporate giants, we're helping out, you know, your individual creators, which is always a good thing in my book. All right, everybody, have the best month ever. I'm going to do the Patreon people. You're up next. Have the best month. We'll talk again soon. Bye.